Hey everyone, Cliff Embry from Kaizen again. We're back today to talk about why your critical information might still be at risk even with DLP in place. Then we'll explain how you can protect your most critical information in M365. Here to help me is Oliver from Cogni.
Hey everyone.
Now, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, Cogni is an AI-based solution that our customers use to inventory and monitor their critical information. At Kaizen, we have a powerful approach to information protection that includes leveraging Cogni's technology. It's one of the most unique services that we're providing in our Microsoft security offering. To understand why Cogni is such a valuable component of information protection, let's look at how Cogni classifications differ from that of traditional MIP sensitive information types. Oliver, can you expand on this?
Sure, Cliff. So first, it's really important to understand Cogni is not a DLP system. We're not replacing something you have in place. We're not doing anything that's already being done, right? What we have is a complete enhancement and a unique approach to data classification in M365, right? So if you're using Microsoft Information Protection, we're not replacing that. We can enhance that. So I know that Kaizen's kind of at the forefront of bringing information protection and Cogni to their customers. So it's really important to understand, where does Cogni fit in? We have two core values. First off, we have a very unique approach to data classification. What we offer is actually akin to facial recognition. Rather than looking at, does this file contain a piece of sensitive information, we look at what is this file across all the different components, the structure, the tables, the strings, everything, and we connect the dots to say, is this a P&L or an employment agreement? Is this board meeting minutes or a legal letter? And we go on through that to understand at a much more granular level and with a much broader scope of coverage what critical information exists, up to 500, 600% more information than is covered by looking just for these specific terms that other solutions are using today. Now, what that allows us to do is actually track what's happening to your information. So where it lives, who's sending it, who's receiving it, and the data sources over which it's being shared. To really, understand how unique this is, though, let's look at the inventory we create of your information. What information is being exposed? Now, in Cogni, we use specific information categories, such as, under HR, an HR request form, or employee information, or an accident report. Under financial, accounting, or banking, or financial reports. Under business, travel itineraries, or business plans, tenders and bids. Governance, we've got all kinds of meeting agendas, and proxies, and trustees, and so on. Now, these differ from what you see in a typical DLP, like Microsoft Information Protection, by drawing a line between what is regulated, such as a medical term, a physical address, a national ID number, a bank account number, driver's license, etc., all across all these different countries and all these different formats, legal entities in Brazil or Canadian driver's license. And actually, what is the information? So not does it contain one of these pieces, but is it one of these categories, right? And so you can understand that by having this distinct approach to data classification, we can cover more information that fits into these categories that may not contain one of these specifically regulated terms, as well as we can monitor much more accurately how these things are moving, who's touching them, and whether risk is being created, because we know actually what is this information. We can track the share patterns based on business uses and information flows within your organization. And finally, we can use this to actually enhance your MIP by allowing you to take labels that sit inside of your DLP system and connect Cogni categories, such as an employee termination receiving a highly confidential designation. And if you link these, this is automatically applying all of the protections, policies, and permissions you've configured inside your Microsoft to those files that you would not otherwise be able to do, solving the problems of huge volumes of information being shared and humans not being able to deal with those volumes. And on the flip side, machines not understanding what actually is this information and looking for specific identifiers. So we've seen a lot of failures across many, many different places regarding DLP implementations. And, with Kaizen, they're doing an incredible job bringing this to their customers by and really expanding the scope of protection and accelerating all these projects.
Everyone understands the unique value Cogni's bringing to data classification. It's a technology we can onboard your organization to as a way of speeding up assessment and protection projects and removing the burden of work from users. All right, folks, that's all we have for today. So stay tuned and we'll be back with more updates soon.